The Grommash Hellscream one-shot is here to stay, and we're here to burn down bridges and destroy the enemies of the Horde with Garrus's father. Now I'll be very honest with you, this build has been a long time coming, and I finally got enough stars and the right talents to show you this build, and it is super powerful. I hope you try it out and let me know in the comment section if you do, because you're going to have a blast. So with Grommash, the talent you're going to really need is Mirror Image. Summon 2 fragile mirror images when entering combat. It is super important for this build and the mainstay of it. The next you're going to have the Dark Spear Troll, who's obviously going to have the big voodoo so he can heal himself and allow him to solo the tower on the left hand side if necessary in this map. We're also going to have the Horde Shaman. We're going to try to place him with Grommash mainly so he can put that armor trait on him so Grommash is even more tankier than before. Then we're going to have the Dark Iron Miner with the massive miner trait, which allows him to drop proximity bombs whenever he mines a node. Now with that being said, we also have the nice Whelplings which explode with flame burst, always a great ability to have to almost any deck. We also have the mainstay of the PvP meta, which is the Safe Palette and the mascot of Warcraft Rumble, and on top of that we have Execute. Now I don't have the talent needed for Execute, but that's totally okay. Execute works perfectly in just whittling right down your enemies or simply taking down that tower to half health so Grommash can finish it off. As you can see, I'm slowly executing the enemy base and whittling them away. Grommash is so tanky, he doesn't really have to worry about the enemies. And as you can see there, he's sending a safe pallet to my base, but I'm dropping my troll so he can simply eliminate that safe pallet and clear the left hand side. We took barely any damage on our base and we're just destroying the enemies. Now he did summon a nice little contingent, but we're going to summon the safe pallet on the left hand side right here to continue to add damage to the enemy base. And what you're really going to notice is that a lot of my games finish under 60 seconds and some of them take a little longer, but I never really go into overtime with this build, which is fantastic. The pressure it can apply is amazing. As you can see, we did a lot of damage, or still doing, oh no, did a lot of damage as the Dark Spear Troll died to the safe pilot. So maybe the Execute is going to be enough. It was so close. Just a little more damage and we would have been able to capture that tower there. But we're sending off Grommash and we're collecting resources, mainly so we can prepare for another contingent. Grommash shouldn't really have to worry. I'm going to drop the whelp. Oh, he has a huntress. That is not what I was expecting right there, but that's totally okay. Now the tower is really low. My safe pallet may actually be able to do it. If it's not, I do have Execute coming up and the safe pallet does a fantastic job. I love split pushing. And he immediately uses the safe pallet to get rid of my Grommash is so close. Look at those little mirror images and we were able to clear that. This is what I'm telling you right here. The power of this build, why we land Execute on the main base. He's burning away right now. He doesn't know what to do as he's crumbling under the pressure. Surprisingly, I thought Hogger would have stayed my favorite build. Now, I'll be honest with you, he is still my number one. However, Grommash has literally came up in the rankings and is now my second favorite commander right now. He's able to do so much and just the mirror images look so cool. It reminds me so much of Dragon Ball Z. As you can see, they're literally ignoring each other, the Sylvanas and the safe palette, and we were able to come out victorious, and that was amazing right there. Now we're going into game 2. I'm going to show you another game here where we're going to come out on top. Trust me, we're going to do this and hopefully capture the enemy tower. Now, if I can get the Execute like at the perfect health range, I'll be able to not really have to worry and instantly capture enemy towers. Now, he immediately summoned his commander. We're going to have to use Execute here because that commander has so much health, especially if he's using the armored trait that comes out with the shaman like I am. So he did destroy us, but we did so much damage right there. We should be able to get him with the Whelplings. He has the Whelplings of his own. We're going to drop our safe pilot. Hopefully the safe pilot is able to eliminate them, and she does perfectly. Now we switch the arrow to ensure that she goes towards the main base, and she is staying, oh okay, she's staying right there, and she actually gave us a free little victory right there, eliminating the shaman, so that's wasted resources for the enemy, while our Dark Spear Troll is also coming there. So we're summoning the Dark Iron Miner and our Kobold, going to collect these little resource nodes. He does summon his commander there, however, I don't think he has enough resources to summon his shaman, so he's trying to collect the gold right there. And let's see, we're gonna, you know what, we're gonna switch Grommash to this base. We're gonna focus on the base and probably use Execute on it because those Whelplings should be more than enough to deal with the commander right there. No worry. Oh no, wait, he cleared them out. Okay, that's fine. But Grommash is on his way, taking away that tower right there. Grommash sadly fell to the tower. It wasn't enough damage, but we need to clear this out. He did use sheep and safe pilot. That was actually really good on his part, dropping my safe pilot right there. He may get this tower. I'm not 100% sure. We barely survive, and he eliminates, wait, what did he use to eliminate my safe pilot? My safe pilot literally exploded right there. I don't think he has a spell, or did I just miss something right there? So both of our bases are very low, and Execute was just enough to take that base. That actually makes me really happy right there. So we got the Execute range perfect compared to the last game. Now, with that being said, we did send a Dark Spirit Troll on the left-hand side to go to the base. He does get me right here. So I'm going to drop the Whelplings right there. Hopefully they're able to turn around and do some damage while we're focusing and collecting resources. And they're going to be able to capture back that tower while the Dark Spirit Troll does a fantastic thing. You did see the Dark Iron Miner going to the enemy base and just hitting it little by little. So we're dropping the safe pilot to attack the base for two reasons. One, to do damage on the base, and maybe to distract just enough time so we don't have to worry about him coming to capture the base. He does send his shaman, which is not enough. We're going with Grommash. This combo is going to be super strong. The Bloodlust comes out. Oh, look at that. The Bloodlust on the Dark Spirit Troll. And look at those mirror images. We're doing massive damage with the execute. This is GG right here. His base got shredded. Okay, so what we're going to do in this next game here is we're going to follow up, but we're wondering to see who we're going to get, and it's the Blood Mage himself. The Blood Mage is an interesting little mini leader. Overall, I think he's very difficult to play in PvP. You really have to know what you're doing. So most of the time you don't win. So what does he have? He's got Abomination, and he places it down on the right hand side. So I know Abomination is coming down, so I'm going to go straight for his left hand tower. I'm not even going to focus too much because it really isn't worth my time. We're going to use Execute right here on the tower, immediately taking it down to half health, doing some nice damage. We're dropping the safe pilot right here. It didn't go off exactly where I wanted it to, but that's totally okay. Actually, thinking about it, I kind of messed that up because I could have taken the tower. The main issue was I didn't spend my resources properly. Now we have to deal with this contingent on the right hand side. He is using spells. He used an Arcane Blast twice, meaning he doesn't really have a lot of resources built up. So we're going to drop Grommash right here, and we have the tower damage, which is pretty good. We don't really have to worry about that. Grommash is more than strong enough to deal with that. Plus, we have some mining nodes, getting those golds and resources. We're dropping the Dark Spirit Troll and sending him straight to the enemy base. He may be able to take it down himself. Or you know what? I could probably just use Execute and be able to capture that tower, no worries. We're going to wait for the resources, and then we're going to do that right here. And we do the Dark Spirit Troll MVP. Didn't even have to use his sticks. He just watched it and it got destroyed. Now we do have to worry about that Blood Mage right there. He may be able to win against the Dark Spirit Troll. Oh no, yeah, he's going to win that fight there. But thankfully we were enough to get the tower. Dropping those nice Whelplings. They're going to explode right there. No, they're focusing on the tower. But we do get rid of his commander while the safe pilot is doing some nice damage to his main base and the Dark Iron Miner is doing his thing. So we're going to come out on, oh, he used Arcane Blast. He might actually capture it back here. Yes, he does. But at the same time, I have Grommash right there and he used Arcane Blast, getting out my Whelplings. I really didn't want him to get the Whelplings out, because they stood out as a nice little guard walkway in case he decided to send any more units, but that's okay. So we're going to use Execute on the main base. We have a nice contingent coming out here. We're dropping the Dark Spirit Troll. I dropped him in the wrong part. He dropped in the main base, which is not really what I wanted, but that's totally fine right now. He's less than half health, and we're whittling him away. Next push may be it. And as you can see, we're really winning a lot of these games. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Why? When did he get my tower? I don't actually know when he got my tower. Okay, then I did not see that. Sorry, I'm a little flabbergasted. I did not realize he captured my tower, but that's okay. We're gonna drop some Whelplings up here on the top. Grommash is gonna try to take that tower back by himself if necessary. We're gonna use Execute, and he should be able to. All right, so we solidified it right there. We dropped those Whelplings. They cleared that out, and this one MVP Whelpling is coming down to clear that and recapture the enemy tower. Now, on that bright side, he's like, what, 25% health? We may be able to get it right here while the Dark Iron Miner is getting some nice gold and resources. Grommash is going to look to pump out some damage right here. Pumps those fragile mirror images, and we're getting the victory. GG. So as you can see in these battles so far, we're winning these games pretty fast. Now, it's not the fastest you could win. The fastest is honestly going with Maiev Shadowsong on a normal map without the AoE Dragon Towers. That would be the fastest wins you could ever get, under 60 seconds. Sometimes you even win in 20 seconds. Now, with that being said, we're dropping the Whelplings here. They're going to be able to clear out this little contingent, no worries, while we still have a lot of resources. So we're going to drop the Dark Spirit Troll along with Grommash. Probably should have tried to, yeah, no, I think this is fine. He does have the Bloodlust, nothing really to worry about right there. The Dark Iron Miner is doing a fantastic job going one-on-one with the Tauren Warrior, but he was not enough. His axe was not enough. It didn't have the right stamina or stats. Now, he did get rid of my Dark Spirit Troll. That's okay. So we know we kind of wasted resources as well, but that's okay because I mainly want to split push. That's why I'm going with this method. However, there are certain times when I need to get serious, and I know going to focus on the enemy's tower is better and only split pushing when you see a real avenue out. Now, Grommash, he is coming there. He's going to eliminate the Ogre. That Ogre has got nothing on him. They did a nice little taunt and deviation and attacks right there. And we do have the Wolf Rider coming out. He did summon a dragon. I was not expecting him to have a Drake right there. That is quite interesting, but we're going to collect some resources, waiting for the Wolf Rider to come out, and then the Dark Iron Miner and the Cobalt, collecting, getting my resources up, even though they're low right now. We're dropping the Whelplings. Hopefully the Whelplings can do something. No, they can't, but on the bright side, the Wolf Rider is down, which means I'm not going to get a lot of damage to the base. Should we use our save pilot right here? Maybe. Just to make sure that Dragon doesn't do too much. We also get the Dark Spirit Troll out to make sure, and we're going to push to the enemy tower. Or should we switch to the main base? You know what? I'm thinking I'm just going to let them go straight to the enemy tower. Hopefully we'll push it because we got Grommash, and we also have the nice little Cobalt following up or backup. Now he did summon his commander, which is quite interesting on my part. We do have execute right there. So we're going to summon that whelp eggs first because we want to get rid of the Dark Spirit Troll the enemy used. Yes, we do right there. And then we use execute and we're going to instantly capture that tower. I love that strategy. However, it's extremely deadly when you use it with the Jaina Proudmoore build. He used his Wolf Rider immediately to recapture the tower. Karen also beat my commander, but that's okay. Karen's super low, even if he has the talent, or I don't even know if he died yet or what, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to survive the proximity bombs as he walks in it right there, dropping the beautiful save pilot right there while the Dark Spirit Troll's coming in, and we're going in with the Whelplings. He has nothing on the field to really hit air besides the Drake. So we're going to be able to do some nice damage right there. He's going to recapture his tower. I don't think there's anything I can do. I could probably use execute to ensure we keep it, but we're going to see what's going to happen here in a little bit. We're going to have Grommash coming out with a nice Dark Spirit Troll. And let's see, we should be able to get the Drake before the Drake does anything. He has 2 mirror images. We're going to use execute to ensure we keep that tower from recapturing itself, which is working in our favor right now. We're going to recapture this, not really having to worry too much about the Ogre. We have enough health. Now, the Ogre is going to start to focus the tower anyways in a little bit, dropping down our Whelplings, and we immediately get that down. Now, we've more or less secured the towers, which means we're going to just go in for the final kill right now. He doesn't have any real avenue to counterplay right now, so we're just going to collect resources, save up just a little bit. My Dark Spirit Troll is doing a fantastic job whittling away their enemy commander. He's not going to be able to take and solo this base either way. We do have execute up, and we're going to use all this on the base here in a little bit. So we're going to drop down these nice little Whelplings. Man, I was hoping Karen would have been enough to use his AoE, but that's okay. We're going to use the Dark Spirit Troll right behind. We have Grommash walking in on the enemy base. We're dropping the Cobalt Miner to get us some extra resources from the backhand node. And look at the damage coming off on his base right now. The sticks are doing it. Grommash did it. We're going to use Safe Pilot once again. He should be in range to eliminate the Drake, and that is what we want. He does, however, have the command to the Tauren Warrior, but it's not going to do enough. He runs straight into Whelplings, and they're doing massive damage to him, and the fire from the tower, while the Safe Pilot is doing more damage. Now, if we get execute, we can end this game in the next roll hand, but that's okay. We're going to drop the Safe Pilot again because he's using all his resources to try to recapture. Oh, that's very nice. Actually, right there, he used the Wolf Rider at a very nice opportunity, allowing the Safe Pilot to not actually destroy him out. We may be going into overtime. Even if we go into overtime, that doesn't matter. Next execute is all we need, or the Safe Pilot damage. Safe Pilot comes out right here as Grommash is doing a fantastic job. And again, look at the power of this build. So if you try this build, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. We're going up against somebody that is going to be very tough right now, and it's going to be Baron Rivendare. Thankfully, he doesn't have the talent, which is the Frost Mages, but he did send a contingent of the Prowler and the Dark Spirit Troll on the left-hand side. I like that. He's also sending his Safe Pilot to get rid of my Miner, but the Safe Pilot takes a lot of damage from the proximity bombs. Once I have one proximity bomb down, there is no way he can actually destroy my Miner with a Safe Pilot, which is actually really nice. I would say the MVP of the Arathi Basin map is definitely having the Dark Iron Miner, because once you control the middle node, you have a higher chance of success. It doesn't mean you're going to win, it just means you have a higher chance. So we're going to drop some Whelplings right here because I see the Prowler. They didn't get down in time, and my Dark Spirit Troll goes down. That actually eliminates basically my whole little push right there. So we're about even. So we're going to drop our Safe Pilot to hopefully do some damage to the enemy base. At least get some damage so I feel a little good about myself. But I will say, I do have this kind of tweak to the build when I want to play Baron Rivendare, and I'm super excited for it. I'll probably release that video later in the week, mainly because I haven't gotten a chance to play him yet. But let me tell you, the little extra talent I got for that Baron Rivendare deck, I didn't think it could get more toxic than that. The Hogger deck is getting very bad as well, but Baron Rivendare is just crazy, the amount of pressure. However, I don't think he gives as much pressure on this map compared to Alteric Valley, but that's just my personal opinion. We do have this little contingent. We're going to be able to literally defend this, no worries. We dropped the Whelp Eggs in a little strange position. I don't think that was the best position, but it's okay. Thankfully, we got rid of the Griffin Rider, so we didn't really have to worry about him eliminating our whelplings, dropping the safe pilot, which is going to get rid of that squad right there. He has a lot of skeletons. I'll look at Grommash up top doing some nice damage. Sadly, he can't hit air. I really don't have the opportunity to really use the shaman in every push. I might end up getting rid of the shaman. Who knows? Maybe tweaking this build a little more, but I do like the fact that I have the shaman as an opportunity, because when you do push it with Grommash at certain times, it's just so nice having that extra armor and then having that AoE heal, the chain heal. Now, I do play shaman sometimes on World of Warcraft. It's been a while. I do personally prefer if they made two-handed shamans a real thing in World of Warcraft, but you know, that's not really it. Even in Classic, you kind of gotta tweak it and make it your own. Now, with that being said, we're getting eliminated again while we're pushing for the enemy tower. I probably could have ended the game since he's only pushing down left hand. I just really want to get that tower. So what we're going to do here is we're going to push the Dark Spirit Troll on the right hand side. I started to do more damage to his main base, so we know we can get that elimination, as he's really doing the same thing. He's just chaining down, trying to get my tower while we're trying to defend. He does use his safe pilot, and look at that. He's going to do some nice damage to me. But as you can see here, that his health is also going down with our Dark Spectral, which is fantastic. We're dropping Grommash, and then we're going to move in for another push here as we're going towards his main base. Look at that mirror image. At least it's doing the right thing and coming down and doing at least a little bit of damage to the enemy. We're going to drop the Shaman here. We're getting the nice combo coming off. She drops the Armored on our main commander right there. Now, this is where he's going to take a lot of damage. I don't think he's going to be able to counter this as fast as he may think he can. So we're going in. Yes, he may have used the Griffin, but it's not going to be enough. What we're going to look to do here is we're going to use the safe pilot to get some nice damage coming off, getting rid of his beautiful Griffin Rider. Now, the Griffin Rider is really nice, and we use Execute on him, and he's just going to start to take a lot of damage. He did, however, pop out Quillbore, but at the same time, he's still taking damage from the safe pilot, as the safe pilot is just focused on the main base, and now he's less than half health. We're actually going to go into overtime, which is my first time playing overtime with this, and it is completely my fault. I'll be honest with you, it is completely my fault for focusing and trying to get that tower, but it's fine. We're still going to come out on top here and come out victorious, not really having to worry about anything. And this is why most of the time the main strategies is really to focus the main base, and if the opportunity arises, then you go for the secondary tower. But you know me, I just really can't say it enough how I like to capture the other base. Because I played StarCraft for so long, I literally like to ensure that I wipe out all the enemy bases and don't really have to worry too much. I also have a really nice tweaked build that I use for Murloc right now, or Old Murkai, and hopefully one day we get Murky. Murky is a character that I would love to see in this game. I used to play him all the time in Heroes of the Storm, and every time I saw him in the World of Warcraft universe, I was also super happy. He did use his Quillbore to counter my safe pilot right there, and Grommash is coming in with the safe pilot behind him as well. Hopefully they're able to get rid of Baron Rivendare before he's really able to do anything. We're going to use our safe pilot on the left-hand side. Too many safe pilots, and there we go. Our victory comes out. Either way, it would have been ours. There was nothing he could have done, as he was trapped in his main base. Now, with that being said, let's see what we're going to come out on top here. And we're going up against Jaina Proudmoore. Now, is this going to be the execute build? I've seen that happen once or twice before, where they literally execute so much and use Jaina's power of the bonus with the spells to do so much damage. And it's very interesting to see as they whittle you down if they can hold off your army. So with that being said, we dropped the fragile mirror images with Grommash, and we're going to take out Jaina. We're not really going to worry. The armor goes off on the kobold. That's not what I actually wanted to happen, but we get rid of the enemy commander. He did use execute on our main base. As you see, it's at half health. I just need to try my best to not forget that it's at half health, because Jaina could capture it at any moment. So we're going to look to push up here. We got Garrosh and we got the shaman. However, the shaman is not really in the right path right there. We want to get rid of Jaina so we can do a lot of damage to the main base. Hopefully the shaman survives. I think he dropped the Quillbore there. It's a little blurry right there, but she did get rid of my shaman. They're going to go in, and we do have the safe pilot. We do have the Dark Spirit Troll. Oh, wait. He used execute again. That was my bad. That was completely my bad. I didn't realize he captured my base. I could have sent units to ensure that wasn't, but it's okay. We're just going to leave that right there. I don't think he has the resources to summon anything, even though I should get rid of it now. It's fine. Okay, so we do have the Dark Spirit Troll on the left-hand side doing some nice damage to that base. It may actually be able to capture it. He does drop the Quillbore. We're dropping another Dark Spirit Troll just to make sure. And look at the safe pilot doing damage. He doesn't have enough resources, as I said, to really push on that base. So we just need to capture his base, and then we'll look to take it over with probably Grommash. I think that's a better outlet. Dropping Grommash, probably dropping him with the shaman, or going for the ability of using the whelp eggs. We're going to find out right here. As Grommash goes in, we also drop the Dark Iron Miner just to ensure the enemy doesn't get much of the resources while we get it as well. We're also going to drop the whelp eggs. Thankfully, he hasn't recaptured his tower on the left-hand side. We got rid of his Jaina, so that's actually a plus for us right now. While we're doing damage to his base, we're going to drop the safe pilot to continue on that, forcing him to spend as much resources as he can, and we're whittling him down in ways that he's not able to really do anything. Even if he does recapture the base, we've done so much to him. We do have the Dark Spirit Troll recapturing that for us, so he has to spend to make sure he recaptures his personal base rather than the one he extended to, because he's not going to be able to win the game at the current path he's using. So he does use, I forget what you call those little robot reavers, and let me tell you, it's hilarious that they have a talent that when they die, they literally explode out in a whole bunch of chickens. As you can see there, he does have those units right there. So we got Grommash coming out. We got him backed up with the nice Dark Spirit Troll. We may, nah, you know what? Using Execute on that base wouldn't really make sense, but we do get it back. So we're just going to use it on the main base right there, switch the arrow and focus on tunnel vision. He does capture back the base technically, but it's not going to be enough because we got those whelp eggs. Those whelplings are going to be enough since he has nothing to hit the air, and he's not using Jaina Proudmoore. He does have safe pilot coming to us. I'm probably going to use whelp eggs of my own to eliminate them right there. He's less than 25%. We're doing a fantastic job right now, and he keeps using execute to ensure I don't get back my tower. I love that. It's just so good that he's doing that. That makes me want to play this build. I'm analyzing the units he has so I can probably try to make a build similar to this, and we're just going to slowly whittle him down. What's he going to do? He keeps using it on my secondary base rather than my main base, which means I'm going to survive. Now my poor Cobalt, he's not going to be able to make it. He does even use a quill board to ensure he's going in for a little push here. That's what's happening. He's concaving with all his units, even though he's got those towers. I could literally just defend right here and then just keep using execute, and I don't really have anything to worry about. Execute's coming up in a little bit again, and there we go. One more execute or a safe pilot blast is going to be more than enough. As you can see, those whelplings with the dragon tower did some nice damage. Now he's not going to be enough to get like a massive contingent all of a sudden, so we just know what we're doing, dropping the safe pilot right here. Execute's going to be the next hand in the deck after we play some units. He did counter the safe pilot, and that's totally okay because we're just waiting for execute to come out. It just takes one more. Yeah, he's doing damage to me, but here comes the execute, and there we go, GG.